First, we'll go with the dataset option, keep. Listen carefully. So data, my dataset name is example. Set SAS help dot class keep equals to name variable, sex variable, age variable, and run. Check your output. As we are keeping name variable, sex variable, age variable, we'll get name variable, sex variable, age variable only. For output dataset, these variables only it is going to copy, guys, not remaining all. And same dataset option if you use in the data statement for output also, you will get same output. Name variable, sex variable, age variable. Fine. See, listen carefully. Again, I'm telling you. So both cases only 3 variables, guys. 3 variables and 3 variables. Clear? Yes, Bolo, of course. As we are keeping 3 variables, it is going to return 3 variables. Fine. So I will go with another scenario. Here I'm going to create one more variable, new age plus 5. Listen. Now tell me how many variables we'll get if I run this program. Hmm?
4.
Along with the name, sex, age, and we'll get new age variable, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. So adding with 5, so we will get new age variable. And again, same age variable. Here I am going to use. If I run this, how many variables will get?
3.
So the previously you said 4. Now why this time 3?
Because in output we are mentioning keep, so we are showing only 3 variables here.
Wonderful, Silva. Exactly. We'll get only 3 Hazara, not 4. Of course, there is a confusion. I agree. No worries. I am going to explain in detail. So what's going on? Using dataset option in the data statement and the set statement. What is the difference? See, I will go with presentation Excel. What is your input dataset? SAS.class dataset, your input dataset, right? I will take this one. Copy with address. I don't want any grid lines. All borders. Mid and center. Pick outside border. What is this? This is your SAS help.class dataset, guys. So after that, we are copying. So from input dataset, where it will send first, guys, where it will create variables. Variables are going to create in first PDV, right? Program data vector. First variables are going to create. After that, from the PDV,
It will check for syntax, then it will go for execution phase.
so it will send to the output dataset. Work.example. Of course, as you said, in the PDV, you're talking about compilation phase and execution case one by one, but that is the story, you know that already. But flow From the input data set, first it will send to the PDV. From the PDV to record by record, it will send to the output data set. That is what happened, right? Finally, we'll get output data set, input data set to PDV, PDV to output data set. Second method we discussed, did you remember? Set statement if you use. Guys, that's why I said, guys, yesterday, try to watch dataset options. See, if you copy data from the set statement, input dataset to PDV, there is no concept of the input buffer, right? So input
Yes.
dataset to PDV, it will copy. From the PDV to, it will send to the directly output dataset, record by record. Okay. Now, so PDV. If you use dataset option in the set statement, if you use, first I'm explaining this one, guys. Okay, one by one I'm going to explain these 4 examples. If you use set statement keep sex name and age, here you are using, that means in the SAS dot class you are using set SAS dot class keep equals to name, sex and age. That's what you are doing. So while copying the data from SAS dot class to PDV itself, just as you are keeping name variable, sex variable, age variable, these variables only it will send, guys. Not remaining all. And these variables data only it is going to read one by one. So in the PDV, how many variables are available? So 3 variables. So as you have 3 variables in the PDV, okay, from the PDV to output data set, these 3 variables only it is going to send. First case, guys, that's why we are getting 3 variables. This one I am talking. You are applying keep data set option in the set statement. Set statement means input. So from the input data set, while copying the data to the PDV itself, it will copy or it will keep only name variable, sex variable, age variable only, not remaining all. So from the PDV, yes, how many variables are there? 3. 3 variables only it will send to the output data set. As we are not using any data set options in the output. In case you are keeping 3 in the PDV, but you want only 2 for the output data set, keep name and age. So then output data set it will send only name and age. Sex it will stop in the PDV itself. We will discuss that kind of examples also. But as we are using only data set option, the set statement, we are keeping 3. 3 only to send to the PDV, PDV to output data set. Okay, here it will apply the filter, guys. First case. Input to PDV while sending it will apply the filter. Next scenario. We'll go with second example. Keep name and sex and age. Same input data, same PDV. So here, is there any data set options in the set statement? In this case, in the input data set, there is no options, right? As there is no options, listen carefully. Again, I'm telling you. If you have any input data set option, then it will affect to the PDV. So nothing is there. In the input data set, there is no options. So as is, how many variables are there? These variables and data it will send to the PDV, guys. All 5 variables it will send to the PDV. So where you are using your keep dataset option, you are using in the data state. So for output dataset you are using from the PDV to while sending to the output dataset. Here data example keep name and sex you are using. So that means what is going to happen while sending to the output dataset? How many variables it will send here this time now?
3 variables.
3 variables. These 3 variables only it is going to send.
Name, age, sex.
What is the difference, guys? Previous case and this case. Which one is effective method? Which one is effective method without wasting much time? First one, wonderful Azara. First one only, guys. So because unnecessarily we are not copying unnecessary information to the PDB. We are not loading into the SAS. Why? No need. Okay, as you want to deal with only three variables, as per your requirement, if you copy only requested variables only, that is really wonderful, right? So this case, so unnecessary data. So okay, this time 19 records, fine. In case if it is a 90 million records or 200 million records with 250 columns, your requirement is just 50 columns. Unnecessarily, you are loading 200 columns, 200 million, 250 million records to copy data from one data set to another data set by using such statement. It will take hours of time, waste of time. Okay, yeah, this is effective method, and this one. It will sometimes this will help you guys. Sometimes I will explain what scenario this case is going to help you. But this is basic concept. Try to understand. First case. Okay. So copying data from input data set to PDV itself, it will affect if you use any data set options in the set statement. If you use any data set options in the output, it will affect from the PDV to output. Okay. This is data statement. And this is set statement. Hmm. Next scenario. What we are doing here? We are creating new variable. Okay. I will do one thing. I will create another sheet. So from SAS help.class to PDV, it will send. So this is my PDV. So guys, PDV, see, is there any options? See, third example we are discussing. Yes, you are applying same keep dataset options in the set statement. So that means, so it will, you are using keep name, sex, and age. For example, you are keeping three variables. So in the set statement, how many variables it will copy? Only these three variables it will copy. First case. And observe carefully here. So while copying the data from set statement, first case in comparison phase, three variables got copied. And next statement, new is. New is also going to create. New is where it will create, guys. Actually, new variables are going to create in where it will create new variables, guys. PDV only, right? Variables are going to create. Am I right? So here, new age will create. Up to this clear. So as you are using keep name and sex, these three variables it is copying, guys, from input data set to PDV. And one more variable you created new years. New years also going to calculate. I will copy new years values. New years values also going to calculate. Will be there. New years values. So how many variables total available? Four variables. Three from input data set and one more variable got created. Four variables are available. So as we have four, is there any data set options in the data statement? Nothing is there. So from the PDV to output data set, as there is no data set options in the data statement, it will send all records as it is. To work.example. Am I right? Guys, any questions here? Any questions, please? Any silly questions also, if you feel confused. That's why we are getting four records, guys. First case. Now coming to the second case, why we are getting 3 variables if I submit this program. Now you can easily understand without explanation also. So because yes, actually you have these variables. Second scenario, there is no dataset options in the set statement, means all 5 variables it will send to the PDV. Am I right? All 5 variables it will send to the PDV as it is. And of course, here also, as you are using new years, one more variable going to create it. Which one? New years also going to create it. Total 6 variables are there in the PDV. Am I right? From the input data set, it is copying 5 variables as self.class, name variable, sex variable, age variable, height variable, and one more variable got created. Total 6 variables are available in the PDV. Out of 6, how many of them are you are keeping for output data set? You can see
D3.
only 3 you are keeping. So you are going to get just 3 only. So finally, these 3 variables only will get output. Got it? So as you are using keep in the data set, output data set option, it is keeping, even though if it is 6 variable, as you are using keep name and sex for the output data set, so it will keep only these 3 variables. Easy, right? So here also I will write, I will update that presentation in class notes, guys. No worries. So SAS help dot class PDV example. Of course, example means work data only. Name variable, sex variable, age variable, height variable, and weight variable. Five of variables are available in the SAS help dot class. But as you are using keep, where you are using keep in the set statement, here you are using keep. So these 3 variables only it will send to the PDV. Here, name and sex and age variables only. From the PDV, there is no data set options. So output data set it will send these 3 only. 1 second. Okay. Name variable, sex variable, age variable. First case. Second case. Tell me guys now, how many variables it will copy to the PDV this time? Second scenario. This example,
All 5.
all 5 variables it will copy. Because there is no data set options, right? It's very first. Is there any options in the set statement? Very first, we need to check input data set options, guys. Then only check your output. Okay? All 5. All 5. And you are using only for output data set 3. As you are using 3, 3 only it will go. So next case, not this one, this one. Just 3 variables only it will copy, and one more variable got created, new underscore age. So total 4 variables are available. 4 variables it will send to the PDF. And next case, so of course, 6 variables available. It will copy 5 variables from the SAS class. There is no dataset options. And one more variable will create new underscore h. Sorry, new underscore h. So in the output dataset, you are keeping only name and sex and age only. So even though you have 6 variables, as you are keeping only three variables only will get to the output dataset. Up to this clear? Any questions?
No,
Guys,
sir.
any questions here? No, right? Now I will ask the questions then. Now tell me. I hope you understand. Not that much difficult topic to understand. Easy concept. Data example 2. Class keep equals to name variable, text variable, and height variable, and new underscore height equals to height plus 1.5, and run I'm using. This one you can easily answer. I know that. Keep equals to name new underscore height. Tell me guys, if I run this program, what will be my output? How many variables it will display?
Only two.
Only two, right? But PDB, how many variables it will be there in the
Four.
PDB?
Four.
Four. Wonderful. Yeah, simple. Same example. If I run this program, can I get output? How many variables will get? And
Four.
what about new age? Four. What about new age variable value?
Yeah.
It will cause
Four.
four.
Output you'll get four.
Four variables.
Also four, yes.
No, no, wrong. Five variables will get, guys, actually. Age also it will display, and new age also it will display with missing values like this. Why? Anyone just guess what happening here? Why it is missing new age and age? Huh? What's going on? Why it is missing? You can easily guess, guys. Not
Input statement.
easy,
In
easy.
input statement,
An input statement.
we are keep namesakes height only, not age.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. In the input statement, we are not in the input data set to PDB. We are not keeping age variable. That means, see this one, guys, where it is. Yeah, for example, listen carefully. What's going on here? So actually, you are keeping name, sex, and height only, na? So these variables only it will send to the PDB. Am I right? Name, sex, height only, and you are trying to calculate new age. New age equals to age plus 5. Is it available age in the PDB? Guys, is it available age?
No.
Age is not there. Age is missing. So
No.
age is missing. So new age remains missing.
Yes.
We are not able to calculate. Same
No.
like already we discussed this kind of example, guys. Data, example 3, A equals to B. So A equals to B. B is not there. But still you are trying to copy. So what will be output if I run this?
No output.
We'll get output. What will be output? For how many variables will display? Missing. Yes,
Empty
wonderful.
variable.
A missing and B missing. We discussed A dot and B dot. As B is not available, B variable value is not available. So as B is missing, so A remains missing. Same story, A is not available, A is dot. So dot plus 5, new is going to be dot. Okay, now, okay, now I hope you understand why it is displaying missing. Now, if I use same new as I'm using here, I'm keeping instead of sex, I'm keeping new age and height, guys. Name, new age and height. So now tell me if I run this, how many variables will get? What about new age values?
New age missing 3 variables.
New age missing 3 variables. Anyone? Any answers?
4,
4? Uh-huh. Guys, just
5, 5, 8, and
no. Don't increase. Just check it out. How many variables actually we are keeping for the output data set?
It will give 3 only.
Ah, so then 3 only will get, right? So forget
Yes.
about PDV, how many variables are there and everything. So finally, in the dataset statement for output dataset, how many variables giving? That's final. Those variables only it will display. When you will get extra variables, see here in the set statement, if you keep few variables, these variables it will create in the PDV, and few more variables if you create, that one also it will be available. These variables, then you can expect extra variables. But in the output dataset, this is final. You are keeping only 3, just finally 3 only. What about new is? Missing or will get values?
We'll get value, no? New age.
Guys, still you are not getting my concept, I think. Why missing Hazara? Because how many variables available in this case PDV? Tell me. Hazara, how many variables it will be available? PDV, I'm talking about PDV. Guys,
Uh,
tell me,
five
how many
five
variables are
variables.
available in the PDV? Huh?
5 variables.
No,
Name
guys,
Six
no.
variable.
name text
6 will
age.
be there, no?
Sixth variable,
Oh, six
yes,
variables. Yeah.
six only. Already we discussed this one, guys. 6 variables available: name variable, sex variable, age variable, height variable, weight variable, and one more variable, new age also there. The total 6 variables are there. Then what is the problem to calculate new age values? Age is there, right? Age is there in the PDV. New age is going to calculate. This
Yes,
time
so it
age
will
is
show
available.
us any, yeah, so output it will
Huh?
give all the 3 variables. No?
Yeah, exactly. So 6 variables are there in the PDV, but you are keeping only name variable, new age variable, and height variable. Yes, these 3 variables only will get along with the values. No problem with new age. New age got calculated here. Hmm. Got it, Hazara? Why we are getting new age values? Because in the PDV, all variables are available with me. I am using this time I keep data set options in the data statement, not in the set statement. Previous case I'm using in the set statement. So age is missing. Age is not there. That's why new age and age is missing. It is displaying. That's why. But this case, I'm not using any data set in the set statement. All my variables are available in the PDV. Simply I can calculate new age. So all 6 variable values are available in the PDV, but out of the output data set, I'm keeping only 3 variables. We are getting 3. Sandeep, is it clear? Rajendra Prasad, am I clear? Huh? Mm-hmm. Anyone? Any questions, please? Supriya, Silpa, questions, please. No questions, right? Can I get key confirmation at least?
No questions.
Why we are no questions, right? Hazara, Mazuma,
Yes, sir.
that's right. Hmm.
Yes.
Can I ask few more questions then?
Sure.
Guys, I don't want to confuse you. I want to explain concept very clear manner. If anyone asks you like this, You should answer. My intention is. Okay, then only they can understand how much depth and knowledge you have in the data set processing. What's going on, input to PDB, PDB to output dates and everything. Got it? This is very important. Yeah. Yeah. So still we are at only one option. So today we discuss just keep only. The remaining options, if you good at this particular concept, remaining options we can easily finish. Not that much big deal. Anyways, it will take options 1 week classes, 1 week more, 10 days. Uh, so one by one, I will ask you a question. First, my question is, how many variables it will send to the PDB? This case, from input data set, how many variables it will send to the PDB?
3,
4.
4.
Yeah, from input data set 3, and one more new variable is there. So total 4 variables are going to create. Fine. For output data set,
2.
only is and new is only it is going to display. That's it. Am I right? So this is about using data set options in the data statement and set statement, guys.